So you're overthinking again. Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Claudia Sakiemi here, back with another video. And in today's video, we're gonna be talking about anxiety, overthinking. You already know. So I recently did a podcast episode on the Actual Audacity podcast. You already know my podcast, which I co-own with a very, very beautiful and amazing friend of mine. And in the third episode of our podcast, we were talking about overthinking and anxiety. And I had a lot of things to say, and I think it was just God, basically, because beginning of the podcast, I had nothing to say. I was just like, let's get this over with. I'm about to go to church and, attend a workers meeting, But the things that came out, I was like, whoa. Let's talk about it on YouTube. And that's what I'm doing. So when we say someone is anxious, it means that you're anxious about something, you're scared, you're fearful about something that you have no control over. You cannot control it. You cannot do anything about it. So you're anxious about it. And I found that one thing with... Come on. Chelsea, come on now. And I found that one thing with human beings, one thing with we human beings is that we always want to figure things out. So we are like, after school we're gonna go get our masters. After our masters we're gonna get a job. So when we get to a point where we can't figure things out, we tend to be scared because why can't I figure it out? Because that's how we are as human beings. We always want to try to figure everything out. We have to know what's next. We have to know what's coming, because if we don't know, there's a probability that we might fail or something bad might happen and we might not be prepared enough, to handle that season. And so we get scared and all of that. So emphasis on it is something that you cannot control. So if you can't control it, why bother? I'm sorry. So one thing I found how I tend to control overthinking, anxiety is that number one, you might note you're about to hear something cliche. Pray. So even though at this point it is really, really hard to pray. It is really hard to pray. Let's be honest and frank and open. It is hard to pray when you're anxious, because one thing that comes with anxiety or one thing that comes with overthinking is that it's laziness. It's laziness. You just want to wallow in self-pity. You just want people to pity you. There's a kind of phase that comes with that. You want people to pity you. You just want to be left alone. You just want to be idle. You just want to feel and go through that season like that. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but there's a form of laziness that comes with it. So you don't want to do anything about it. You just want to lie down. You don't want to pray. You don't feel like praying. You don't feel like doing anything. You just want to be sad. So, in that moment, it's really good that you pray. So it's a question of why you anxious about something that you've not prayed about. Do you understand? So you've not prayed about it, you don't know. So do you understand? So I remember in the podcast talking about a season where I had to deal with something. I had gone into something that I wasn't supposed to have gone into. I was so mad at God and I was shouting. I was like, why did you allow me go through this? And God was like, you didn't ask me. So when you're trying to look for who to blame about this same thing that you're blaming me for, don't involve me as well. I was like, yeah, but it's true, because like if you don't involve him in the first place, like, is okay. So what do you want to happen? You just want to somehow figure it out? No, you're going to have to talk to God about it. You're going to have to talk to someone above yourself, above human beings, who created the universe, who created you, who created everybody, that has knowledge about what's going on, what's going to happen in the future, what season you're in, all of these other things. You're going to talk to someone above me. You're going to talk to someone above your friends. You're going to talk to someone above your parents. You know, you have to talk to God. It's really important that you do. And I think another thing is that you have to also take note of your wins. It can't always be the failure. What about the wins? What about when you hit 16k subs? What about when you came out of a season that was a struggle for you? What about when you stopped having a mean attitude? What about when you learned on forgiveness? What about even the little things? Take it all as win. Count it all as joy. Count it all as joy, and just in that moment be grateful for the successes. When the devil's about to push things into your mind, say, baby, I did this last year, I wrote this ebook, I did this, I'm amazing, deal with it. Do you understand? So I think it's important in that season of overthinking and anxiety to remember the successes and just remember the good things that happened in your life as well. Also in that moment, I think it's also good to find community. So that's why community is important. That's why having good friends is important, that you can message and talk to them about what you're going through. They encourage you in the ways that they can, you know, but it's really important that you talk to God, someone who's, you know, understands everything that you're going through, understands you, understands your season, you know, so it's easier for that to be helpful than with a friend. But it's still also important to have community, talk to friends and all of that. So I don't want this video to be too long. If you want more insights on anxiety, being anxious, all of that, or overthinking in general, I'm going to link the podcast episode in the link below so that you can listen. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, stay blessed, stay loved, stay amazing. I'll wait my next video and I'll see you guys in my next one. Please make sure to subscribe, like this video if you've watched up until this point, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.